Okay, so in this lesson we're going to look at fractions, decimals and percentages, alright? And a lot of this should be a revision of what we've done in year 7 to 10, okay? So we're going to look at the relationship between percentages, fractions and decimal because there's a clear relationship between all of them. The best way to do this is just examples, so let's get straight to it. Okay, so what I want to do is convert a fraction to a percentage, and over here we're going to look at decimals to percentages, okay? Now when we're going to a percentage, alright, we simply, if we're going from a fraction or a decimal, we simply just multiply by 100. So that's all we're going to do. I'm going to write 2 over 5 times 100, and I get, if I put that in my calculator, I get 40%, okay? Because we're going to percentages, okay? Let's do it again. If I go, for this one, I'm going to go 11 over 20 times 100. I'll put that in my calculator, and I get 55%. Okay, so if you got 11 out of 20 in a exam, it's going to be 55%. Now with decimals we do exactly the same thing. Alright? So whatever it is, 0.12 times 100, and when we times by 100, the decimal point actually moves twice. So it's pretty straightforward. It equals 12%. Okay? Let's do the final one. 0.333 times 100. Let's move the decimal point twice. 1, 2. So our answer will be 33.3%. Okay? It doesn't matter if your answer's like that. Whatever it is, that's the right thing to do. Okay, let's go to another example. Now we're converting from percentages, first of all, to decimals, and then secondly, we're going to do it to fractions. Okay? So when we're converting from percentages, that's not a percentage. From percentages to fractions or decimals, you know, we have to do the opposite. We times by 100. The opposite of times 100 is divide by 100. So I'm going to write this as 30 over 100. The first one's the decimals. So divided by 100. So we're going to go 30, and we're going to start this way, and we'll put a decimal point there. So it's 0.30 in decimals, and this one's just going to be 0.27. Okay, so we start at the end, move the decimal twice. Okay. Alright, let's move to fractions. Fractions is pretty easy, just whatever it is. So that's 13%, so it's going to be 13 over 100, and we're done. And even a big number like this, we just go 323 over 100, and that is the answer to it. If you want to know if you can simplify it, put it in your calculator. I've got my calculator in hand, and I've seen that this is the simplest form that you can do. Okay, let's do one more example. If we want to find a percentage of a quantity, so if I want to find what 30% of 40 is, I've got to write this as a fraction. So I'm going to go 30 over 100. Of in maths means times, so of 40. And I'm just simply going to put that in my calculator. So 30 over 100 times 40, and I get my answer, and it is 12. So 12 is it is 30% of 40. So say I had 40 balls and 12 of them were pink. Well, then 30% of the balls were pink. All right, that's the end of that. Peace